We've got the boys' consolation game and the girls' championship game on 1230 KHAS. The boys' consolation game featuring the Blue Hawks of Hastings St. Cecilia and the Eagles of Wood River, and the girls' championship ball game featuring the Hawkettes of Hastings St. Cecilia and the Panthers of Fillmore Central. So a big afternoon and early evening of high school basketball here on 1230 KHAS. Hastings St. Cecilia beaten for the first time of the season last night. They lost to Loop City by the score of 55-50. Hawks got off to a horrendous start in the ball game last night. Fell behind 16-5 after the first quarter. St. Cecilia eventually fell behind by 16 points in the third quarter, and then started to chip away at the lead in the fourth. Eventually got it down to a 1-point deficit at 45-44, but then Loop City scoring 6 straight points. They kind of iced the baby away, and Loop City upsets the Blue Hawks last night by the score of 55-50. So the Hawks will enter the ball game a record of 5 wins and 1 loss in the season. Again, it's been well documented. Andrew Small did not start last night, did not even suit up, was not even in town for the Blue Hawks last night. However, as the coach talked about during the pregame show, the puppy has found his owner, and his tail is wagging, and he's ready to go against Wood River here tonight as Andrew Small is back suited up. He'll be on the bench to start the ball game here this afternoon, but expect to see a lot of playing time from Andrew Small, the leading scorer for the Blue Hawks. Wood River coming in a record of no wins, 7 losses on the year. Very young basketball team, 4 freshmen, 4 sophomores, 2 juniors and 2 seniors on the roster. They were beaten last night by Fillmore Central quite easily by the score of 81-35. And again, it was the start of the ball game that really put them away as Wood River fell behind early in the contest. In fact, it was 21-4 after the first quarter. So I think the key is going to be the same for both teams. They want to both get off to great starts here in this basketball game tonight. Hawks control the opening tip. Bosick, who was the hero last night, takes the ball inside the free throw circle and then loses control of the ball, and the Hawks lose it out of bounds here on the near sideline. St. Cecilia pummeled by turnovers last night in the ball game against Loop City. They turn it over on their first offensive possession here this afternoon, and now Wood River plays the basketball in. The Eagles will shoot to our basket to our right as we view it from the side court here at the Chapman Gymnasium. St. Cecilia will start off with a man-to-man defense. Here's Zach Egger, moves the ball down underneath the basket to Emmanuel Soto. Back out here to Egger inside the three-point circle. Lobs it inside, the ball tipped away. It's on the floor, and it's picked up now by Zach Mayhew. Gets the start for Wood River here this afternoon. Goes to the free throw line to Mark Davis. He's the leading scorer. Back out to Emmanuel Soto. Three-pointer, good. Emmanuel Soto hits the three-pointer for Wood River, and the Eagles have a early lead, 45 seconds into the ball game. Here's a steal now by Emmanuel Soto. He takes the ball to the hole and scores. Soto with a steal and a field goal, and it's 5-0. Wood River out on top of Hastings St. Cecilia here in the boys' championship game. We have played 1 minute here in the contest. There's St. Cecilia running their offense against a man-to-man defense for Wood River. Drew Rogers puts up a shot from the free throw line. It's up and in. So Rogers getting his start here this afternoon. Cans the first field goal for the Blue Hawks, and it's a 5-2 ball game. Wood River comes back, dumps the ball off to Mayhew. Goes for the hole. His shot is no good, and the rebound comes down to Josh Sochak. Sochak runs into the forecourt down for the Hawks with a left-handed dribble. Bounce pass down in the corner. Brandon Bosick. His shot is short. Rebound is loose and nearly goes out of bounds. Is saved by Bosick. Right into the hands of Sochak. Dumps the ball off inside again. The ball being battered around. It goes out of bounds, and St. Cecilia will play it in. Baseline left side underneath their own basket. 6:26 to play first quarter. 5-2. Wood River out on top of St. Cecilia here in the boys' consolation game. Loop City won the girls' consolation 37-34 over Wood River as Loop City hit a three-pointer with 1.6 seconds to play in the ball game to win it. Driving for the bucket here is Brandon Bosick, and he's going to be fouled on a play. Bosick will go to the free throw line after being hacked on the arm by Zach Mayhew of Wood River. So Bosick to the free throw line for St. Cecilia. He had 18 points in the ball game last night. In their 55-50 loss against Loop City, he was voted our most valuable player in the ball game last night. His first free throw is up there. It is no good. Bosick is averaging 11.8 points and 3 rebounds per game. He was 50% from the foul line last night, hitting 3 of 6 free throws. His shot is up there. The second one is missed, no good. Someone is in the lane too soon. It was a Blue Hawk, so Wood River will play it in. 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 5-2 the score. Wood River out on top of the Blue Hawks of St. Cecilia. Emmanuel Soto, who's got all 5 points for the Eagles, will bring the ball across the 10-second line with a right-handed dribble. Comes here on the near sideline to Zach Egger. Fires the ball inside. It's too far. No one there for Wood River. The ball is taken out of there by Scott Van Cura. Gets it into the forecourt now to Duggins. The Van Cura swings it right side to Socek. Now down on the low block to Drew Rogers. Back outside to Socek. Three-pointer. Good. Josh Socek fires up the tray and scores for St. Cecilia. And the Hawks have now scored 5 straight points. 5:50 to play here in the first quarter. We're tied up at 5 points apiece. Josh Price with the ball out to Emmanuel Soto. Left side down to Zach Egger. Lobs it inside to Mark Davis, and a foul is going to be called. Davis, the leading scorer on the team for Wood River, averaging about 14 points per ball game. And Davis was fouled on the play there by Brandon Bosick of St. Cecilia. That's his first. Wood River plays it in, baseline right side underneath their own basket. They get it to Davis. His shot from point-blank range, no good. Follow shot is up there, no good by Price. Follow shot is up there, it's good by Mark Davis. 3 shots to the bucket. They finally get one to go down, 7-5. Wood River has got the lead. Here's Bosick in the lane. His off-balance shot is no good. Rebound comes down to Wood River's Mark Davis. He's trapped on the baseline and now calls the timeout. Wood River calls the timeout. We'll take a break. 5 minutes and 22 seconds to play first quarter. Wood River 7, Hastings St. Cecilia 5. Second straight game. The Hawks getting off to kind of a slow start here, trailing Wood River by the score of 7-5. They fell behind Luke City last night 16-5 after the first quarter. Now Andrew Small is into the ball game for Hastings St. Cecilia after a 1-game absence from last night's ball game. Here's Wood River with the ball. Davis takes the ball to the hole and scores. Davis posts it up down low, right side of the lane, goes for the hole and scores. And now Emmanuel Soto steals the inbounds pass for Wood River. Gets it off to the left side. Here's a shot from 3-point territory by Egger that's no good. And we've got a foul on the rebound. It's going to go on Wood River. So the Eagles have got the lead 9-5 with 4:58 to play here in the first quarter. And the personal foul's whistle on Price. This is a team you don't want to have hanging around. They're hungry for a win. They are 0-7 on the year. The Hawks are 5-1, beating up here in the consolation game. Here's a feed inside. Andrew Small goes to Ryan Esch, and it's not good. So Esch scores after hitting for 16 last night, gets his first field goal. There's a long pass down the floor. It goes to Mayhew, and his shot's blocked out of bounds by Andrew Small. Andrew comes roaring down the lane and swats that ball out of bounds after the shot from Zach Mayhew. And here comes Brennan Kitten into the ball game now for St. Cecilia, replacing Van Cura. 4:39 to play first quarter. Wood River 9, Hastings St. Cecilia 7 in the boys' consolation game of the holiday tournament. There's Emmanuel Soto. He's matched up now with Andrew Small. Sends it back outside to Davis. 3-pointer, barely draws iron. Rebound comes out. It's picked up by Socek. Gets the ball in the hands of Ryan Esch. Dribbles into the forecourt, cuts for the hole. And we got a personal foul called on the drive as Ryan Esch was fouled on the play by Mark Davis of Wood River. First foul on Davis, and his team foul number 3 on the Eagles. Coming into the ball game now is Brandon Bosick for St. Cecilia, replacing Socek. Andrew Small will play it in, baseline left side. They get it to Esch. Out of Bosick to Brennan Kitten, to Small, deep in the corner left side. Bounce pass into Eric Eckhart, who's into the ball game now. Back to Andrew Small. We got a whistle as Small was driving the baseline. They say he was out of bounds, but was tipped out of bounds there by Wood River, so St. Cecilia will play it in. Baseline right side underneath their own basket. Small comes to Bosick. Bosick goes to the right side of the circle now to Ryan Esch. Jump pass inside. It's going to be knocked out of the hands of Andrew Small by Zach Mayhew. So Hawks will try it again, this time from the left side of the bucket, down there on the baseline. 4:12 to play first quarter. 9-7. Wood River's got the lead. Bosick, top of the key to Esch, moves the ball to the left side of the lane. Esch comes back inside the free throw circle to Brandon Bosick, down on the baseline. Andrew Small, his shot from 10 is no good. Rebound, Zach Mayhew gets it into the hands of Emmanuel Soto into the forecourt now. Bounce pass down to Price. He loses control of it, and it's out of bounds, but they say it was tipped out of his hands by Ryan Esch of St. Cecilia. Wood River plays it in down on the baseline. They get it out here to Emmanuel Soto. They swing it left side down to Mark Davis. Takes it down the left side of the lane. His shot circles the rim. It's no good. Rebound Mayhew goes for the hole. His shot no good. Rebound Andrew Small. Outlet pass to the right sideline. Here comes Ryan Esch. 2-on-2. Leaves it for Bosick on the baseline. 10-footer no good. Rebound Davis. Mark Davis with the ball for Wood River. Gets it to Zach Egger. Down to Emmanuel Soto. Down in the corner to Josh Price. Out here to Emmanuel Soto. He comes to the near sideline. Brandon Bosick steps in front of Zach Eggers and steals the ball away. Takes the ball to the rack. His shot good. Brandon Bosick with a steal and the field goal, the second turnover on Wood River here in the first quarter. And we are tied up at 9 points apiece, 3:18 to play. Hawks applying some pressure now in backcourt. Mark Davis races the ball across the timeline here on the near sideline. Davis gets it out to Zach Egger, now to Emmanuel Soto. Free throw line extended left side. Soto, top of the key, Price. Price moves it off on the right side of the circle to Egger. Out to Soto, puts Small in the air, takes the ball to the elbow. Right side, his shot won't go. And the rebound to Ryan Esch for St. Cecilia. Long pass to the 10-second line. They get it to Andrew Small. He pulls up on the right side of the lane, nearly knocked down. Now a foul is going to be called on Price. Josh Price picks up the personal foul for Wood River. That's going to be his second, team foul number 4 on the Eagles. Scott Van Kura into the ball game now for Hastings St. Cecilia. Eric Eckert checks out of the ball game. Wood River also making some substitutions now. 2:49 to play first quarter. 9-9 is the score here in the boys' consolation game. Andrew Small plays it in to Bosick. He lobs it inside. The ball is tipped away. It's on the floor, and it's picked up by Wood River. Turnover number 4 on Hastings St. Cecilia. Long pass down the floor to Jeff Harders. He loses control, nearly goes out of bounds. The Hawks trying to save it as Ryan Esch gets it back into the field to play here, and then it's lost back out of bounds, and it's going to be Wood River's basketball here on the near sideline. Wood River will play it in here on the near sideline. 2:36 to play here in the opening period. They get it into Jeff Harders. He's picked up by Ryan Esch as the Hawks stay with a man-to-man defense. Emmanuel Soto picked up by Andrew Small. Soto shoves off, gets away with it, goes over to Zach Egger. Egger down in the baseline to Adam Anderson, who's into the ball game now, to Jeff Harders. Harders again picked up by Ryan Esch. Drives down the left side of the lane, puts Esch in the area. Shot blocked down by Esch. Out to to Emmanuel Soto. His shot is up there. It's no good. The ball goes up over the glass and out of play. Nice recovery there after the block shot. But the ball goes trickling into the hands of Emmanuel Soto, and then his shot wouldn't go for Wood River, so the Hawks will come back. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to play first quarter. Wood River has not trailed yet in this ball game. It's 9-9. St. Cecilia will have to come to the length of the floor now as Wood River drops back. They'll pick up the Hawks just as they cross the 10-second line. And here comes Nathan Duggins, who's back into the ball game now for St. Cecilia. Bounce pass to Drew Rogers, who's back in there. The Bosick in the lane, turnaround jumper good. Brandon Bosick scores. That puts Hastings St. Cecilia out on top. It's 11-9, just past the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter from the Chapman Gymnasium. Emmanuel Soto goes to the left sideline to Jeff Harders. Harders gets away, runs in the lane. It's shot good, falling down. Nice shot by Jeff Harders. And now we're tied up at 11 points apiece. 1:40 to play. Here comes Drew Rogers back in the lane. His shot's blocked down by Davis. Picked up now by Scott Van Kura for St. Cecilia to Bosick. Bosick moves it down to Jeff Hodgin, who's into the ball game now to Bosick. Out to Rogers behind the three-point circle. Down to Nathan Duggins holding the ball for St. Cecilia. Fires the ball inside the lane. Again, it's tipped away. Recovered by Van Kura. He goes to Rogers. 10-footer is off the mark. No good. And the rebound comes down to Emmanuel Soto for Wood River. Soto gets the ball to Zach Egger. Races the ball into the offensive scoring zone. Bounce pass left wing. Three-pointer. Good. Emmanuel Soto hits the three-pointer for Wood River. He's got 8 points, and now the Eagles take a 3-point lead. 14-11, a minute to play here in this first quarter. There is Drew Rogers with the ball down to Bosick, deep on the baseline, left side. They feed it back inside. Hodgins shot from point-blank range is no good. Rebound comes down to Mark Davis. Davis to Emmanuel Soto. Long pass down the floor to Harders. His reverse layup is missed. Hodgins with a rebound for St. Cecilia. Comes to the near side to Brandon Bosick. Goes 1-on-2. His shot is up there. It is no good. The ball being tapped around. Goes out of bounds. No, they save it. Hawks will save the ball. Bosick gets it over here to Hodgins. Now to Van Kura, top of the key to Drew Rogers. Penetrates down the lane, kicks it back out here to Jeff Hodgins. Dribbles inside the lane, his shot won't go. Soto had a rebound, lost it to Van Kura. Out to Nate Duggins, his three-pointer good. 3 shots to the bucket. Nate Duggins hits the 3 gong right there for the Blue Hawks, and it's 14-14. 10 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Zach Egger with the ball down to Emmanuel Soto. Lobs it inside to Mark Davis. Double team. Davis goes for the hole anyway. His shot is up there, no good. He is fouled in the play. Time out. We had the Adams Central Wood River game. We saw Wood River in the ball game last night against Fillmore Central. This by far is the best that Wood River has played in those 9 quarters that we have seen them. Going to the free throw line is Mark Davis now for the Eagles. He's got a couple of field goals and 4 points so far in the ball game. We're tied up at 14. 3 seconds to play first quarter. Stop from the free throw line is good. Mark Davis had 10 points yesterday in their 81-35 loss to Fillmore Central. He's already got 5 here in the first quarter. His shot is up there, and the shot is good. Wood River has got the lead 16-14. Here's St. Cecilia coming down the right sideline. A shot by Rogers at the buzzer is no good. And that is the end of the first quarter of play in the boys' consolation game of the St. Cecilia Holiday Tournament. 1 quarter in the books. The score, Wood River 16, Hastings St. Cecilia 14.
462-5530.
We enter the second quarter of play. Hastings St. Cecilia trailing Wood River 16-14 here in the consolation game of the Holiday Tournament. Eagles will have the ball first here in the second quarter. Emmanuel Soto at the top of the key. His pass is deflected by Ryan Esch. Ryan is on the dribble now. Here's a nice feed to Nathan Duggins. A shot good. Give the assist to Ryan Esch. Duggins gets the field goal. That's the third turnover on Wood River. And now we're tied up at 16 points apiece. Basketball gets away. Now Wood River ready to inbound the ball. They will do it against some St. Cecilia pressure here. Emmanuel Soto back to the center of the floor to Davis. Brings it to the near sideline to Zach Egger. Now Wood River will set up offensively. Right side, Zach Egger moves it down in the corner to Emmanuel Soto. Puts a man in the air. Bounce pass goes inside to Davis. Davis tries to go down to Mayhew. It ricochets off of his knee, but is picked up there by Harders. Back out on top to Eggers. He moves it off on the right wing down to Emmanuel Soto. High post. Here's Davis. Takes the shot. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Brennan Kitten. Kitten gets the ball to the 10-second line to Nate Duggins. He tries to feed down underneath the basket, and it's lost out of bounds by Ryan Esch. Hawks trying to move it down the floor too quickly that time and turn the ball over. That's the 5th turnover on St. Cecilia. Wood River's got 3. A couple of tennis shoes been peeled off of feet out there. Now we're ready to go as they get the sneakers laced back up. And Wood River plays it in backcourt. Here's a pass that's going to be deflected, but regained by Zach Egger. Goes off to Harders. Goes for the rack, and he's going to be fouled in a play by Brennan Kitten of St. Cecilia. The first foul on Kitten. That's going to send Wood River to the free throw line as he was hacked in the act. And going to the line will be Jeff Harders. Scored a couple of points last night in their opening round game against Fillmore Central. He's already got a field goal for 2 points here this afternoon. His shot is up there, and the shot is good. 7:03 to play first half. St. Cecilia trailing Wood River 17-16. Here comes the second shot. It's up there, good. 18-16. Eagles have the lead. Here's Ryan Esch for St. Cecilia. Left side of the key. Moves it down in the baseline. His shot from point-blank range is no good. Rebound, Zach Egger. It's been one shot and out so far for St. Cecilia offensively. Here's Emmanuel Soto across the 10-second line to Zach Egger. Now he's double-teamed. He's going to be fouled in the play. Let's see. We had both Nate Duggins and Andrew Small there. And we got a guilty party as the toot of the whistle from the official, and it's going to be Nate Duggins picks up the personal foul. That's his first, team foul number 4 on the Blue Hawks. Wood River plays it in. Soto, three-pointer. His shot is no good. Rebound, Ryan Esch for the Blue Hawks down the near sideline, and Nate Duggins. Duggins takes the ball to the basket. His shot good. Duggins already with 3 field goals, 6 points in the ball game. Now we're tied up at 18 here in the second quarter. Ball gets away again, and Wood River will try to play it in now. Here comes Daniel Roth into the ball game for Wood River. He's going to replace Zach Egger. 6:32 to play first half from the Chapman Gymnasium. Tied up at 18. And again, the Eagles will have to bring the ball up against some St. Cecilia pressure. Here's Emmanuel Soto. Steps it across the 10-second line. He's double-teamed. Gets the ball to Davis. To Emmanuel Soto. Down to Zach Mayhew at the free throw line. The Harders here in the right sideline. Harders to Emmanuel Soto. Now to Harders just beyond the three-point circle. He is double-teamed as the Hawks have the trap going on over here on this right side. Daniel Roth down to Emmanuel Soto. Down in the corner to Mark Davis. Davis picked up by Andrew Small. Brings it out to Daniel Roth. Now to Harders here on the near sideline to Emmanuel Soto. Entry pass to Davis. His shot from 10. Bounces off of the back rim. No good. Ball tipped out. Picked up by Mayhew. His shot is no good. Ball is still on the floor. 3-4 players hit the deck, and a jump ball is called. Tell you what, we had some beef down there on the old hardwood. Brennan Kitten and Zach Mayhew. Those guys are not small. They were down there battling for that loose basketball. Finally, the jump ball is called. The possession arrow pointing in favor of Wood River, or checked out of St. Cecilia, so the Hawks will come back the other way. Girls Championship coming up after this one. The Hawkettes of St. Cecilia and the Panthers of Fillmore Central. Scheduled to tip off at about 6 o'clock tonight here at the Chapman Gymnasium. Then Loop City will take on Fillmore Central for the boys championship And the nightcap is 7:45. We're tied up at 18 points apiece here in the second quarter. 5:37 to play. Andrew Small drives the baseline and dumps it off right through the fingertips of Brandon Bosick out of bounds. A turnover on St. Cecilia. And now Wood River again will have to bring the ball across the 10-second line against the pressure. Emmanuel Soto to Davis to Mayhew. His shot no good. Rebound, Davis goes back up, shoots and misses. Ball taps to the near sideline. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be, let's see, Wood River basketball. 3 blown opportunities right there for Wood River. They couldn't convert. Now they give the ball to St. Cecilia as the officials confer. The Hawks will bring it back the other way. 5:20 to play. We're still tied up at 18 points apiece. Hawks with the ball, high post. Eric Eckert with the ball. Brings it out here to Scott Van Kura, playing beyond the 3-point circle. Right side, Josh Socek. He hits the 17-footer. Josh Socek now with 5 points in the ball game. The Hawks grab the lead. It's now 20-18 with 5 minutes to play here in the third. Mark Davis with the ball for Wood River. Gets it to Emmanuel Soto. Down to Zach Egger. They get it inside to Zach Mayhew. Mayhew comes back out here on the wing to Emmanuel Soto. Loses control and he picks her back up. Sends it back inside to Mayhew. On the low post right side, down to Emmanuel Soto. Davis, now to Soto. 3-pointer is off of the front iron, no good. Ball being tapped around. Davis grabs it in the lane, goes back up, shoots and misses. Rebound Eric Eckert for Hastings St. Cecilia. Eckert gets the ball to Small, now to Brandon Bosick, and he loses out of bounds. Bosick had his back to the basket. Great defense by Josh Price as he slides over there, and as soon as Brandon Bosick turns around, he lost his concentration and lost the ball out of bounds. That's the 7th turnover on St. Cecilia. Wood River plays it in. Emmanuel Soto gets the ball. Nice feed. Here's a shot up and in. Josh Price. Soto connects. A nice pass from about the 10-second line to Josh Price shooting for the basket. And we're tied up now at 20. Here's Scott Van Kura, goes for the hole, and his shot is no good. He's going to be fouled on the play. Tell you what, Wood River is definitely playing more inspired basketball than we have seen in the past couple of ball games from them. They're tied up with St. Cecilia right now, 20-20 with 4:10 to play here in the second quarter. The personal foul is whistled on Davis of Wood River. That's going to be a second, team foul number 5 on the Eagles. Going to the free throw line is Van Kura. His shot is up there. It's no good. He was 3 of 4 from the line last night. He scored 3 points. That's his first opportunity from the stripe here this afternoon. Tied up at 20 with 4:10 to play. Shot is up there. The shot good. Esch comes into the ball game now for St. Cecilia. Small will take a breather. Actually 4:11 left here in the second period. 21-20 now. St. Cecilia has got a 1-point lead. Josh Price with the ball for Wood River. Gets it to Adam Anderson, who's back into the ball game. Down to Emmanuel Soto. Soto sends it deep in the corner right side to Price out here in 3-point territory. Dribbles once, now to Zach Egger. Jump pass inside to Zach Mayhew. Kicks it back out to Egger between the circles. Picked up defensively by Josh Socek. Now the ball is going to be tipped away, and a foul is going to be called on Ryan Esch. Esch picks up the personal foul for St. Cecilia. That's his first, team foul number 5 on the Hawks. Non-shooting situation, so it'll be Wood River playing it in off of the far side. 21-20. Hawks have a 1-point lead here in the second quarter, and bounce pass is going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Ryan Esch. That's the 4th turnover on Wood River. Here's Esch. 3-pointers put up there, no good. Bosick had the rebound, had it knocked out of his hands, and they give the ball to Wood River. So the Eagles will play it in again. 3:39 to play first half. Boys consolation game from the St. Cecilia Holiday Basketball Tournament here this afternoon on 1230 KHAS. 21-20 the score. Hawks have a 1-point lead. Wood River's got the basketball. Egger down the left sideline. Bounce pass deep in the corner to Josh Price. Picked up there by Bosick of St. Cecilia. Price holding on to the ball now to Emmanuel Soto. Soto picked up man-on-man by Ryan Esch. Zach Egger lobs it inside to Mayhew. Mayhew tries to turn around and connect with Adam Anderson, and the pass is going to be intercepted. Turnover number 5 on Wood River. Here comes Josh Socek with the ball for the St. Cecilia Blue Hawks. Now to Brandon Bosick, playing 25 feet away from the basket. Dribbles once, comes over here to Josh Socek. Down to Esch at the top of the key. Some contact made there with Soto, but no foul called. Ryan Esch takes it to the right side of the circle, comes back near side down to Josh Socek. Down to Ryan Esch, lobs it inside. Scott Van Kura, shot no good. Foul is going to be called on Mayhew. Zach Mayhew picks up his second personal foul. Team foul number 6 on the Eagles, and Scott Van Kura goes back to the free throw line for Hastings St. Cecilia. 2:45 to play second quarter. 21-20. Hawks have a 1-point lead. Van Curra set to go from the free throw line. His shot is good. Now 2 of 3 from the stripe this afternoon. Small checking in. Kreenert coming in. And also Nathan Duggins back into the ball game for the Blue Hawks. Hawks have a 2-point lead that matches their biggest lead of the ball game to this point. Second one is up there. It's good. So now it is 23-20. 2:45 left here in the second quarter. St. Cecilia will keep this pressure on in backcourt now. And here comes Wood River attacking offensively. Egger gets the ball into the hands of Josh Price. Now to Emmanuel Soto into the offensive scoring zone. Price dribbles to the free throw line. Lobs it down on the baseline to Mark Davis. His shot good. Mark Davis scores off of the window for Wood River. He's got 8 points and it's 23-22. Hawks with a 1-point lead. Ryan S. with the ball on the right sideline. Takes the ball down on the baseline. Gets it off to Kreener. His shot good. Joe Kreenert, who scored 6 points last night, gets his first field goal. It's now a 25-22 ball game. Here's Zach Egger, dribbles behind his back to get it into the forecourt, makes a move with a dribble behind his back, and now he throws the ball away as Ryan Esch intercepts that ball. And now we got a foul called on Emmanuel Soto. Soto picks up the personal foul for Wood River as Esch stole the ball away from him after a couple of nice moves with the basketball by the Eagles. And now Ryan Esch will toe the mark here for St. Cecilia. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line last night and scored 16 points for the Blue Hawks. Had a couple of three-pointers down the stretch, but the Hawks could not overcome. That's a big Loop City lead. There's a shot from the free throw line. It is no good. Ball is tapped out, but is picked up by Josh Price of Wood River. Price gets the ball to Zach Egger. Brings it across the timeline. Moves it behind his screen. Weaves between traffic. Takes it down the lane. Leaves it down on the baseline. A shot up and in. Adam Anderson scores for Wood River. He's got 2 points. 25-24. Hawks by 1. Esch from the elbow. Right side of the lane. Shot good. Ryan Esch has got 4 for St. Cecilia. Back to a 3-point ball game. 27-24. Emmanuel Soto still trying to get it into the offensive scoring zone. He does with a pass to Adam Anderson. Brings it back out to Emmanuel Soto. Feeds left side to Zach Egger. Launches up the 3-ball shot. Good. 3-pointer by Zach Egger. We are tied up at 27 points apiece with a minute 20 left here in the second quarter. Andrew Small gets it to Ryan Esch. Now to Duggins at the free throw line. Here's Kreenert. He takes the ball inside the lane. His shot won't go. Gets his own rebound. Fakes, goes back up. His shot's going to be blocked down by Adam Anderson. Picked up here by Zach Egger. The Eagles have the basketball with a minute to play second quarter. We're tied up at 27. A pass to Adam Anderson. He sends it in the lane. It's going to be intercepted by Kreenert, and he's called for the traveling violation. Wood River turns it over, but then Kreenert is whistled for the traveling violation, and Wood River will play it in. 54 seconds to play here in the second quarter. We are tied up at 27-27. Wood River will play it in, baseline right side underneath their own basket. Josh Price will look to trigger things in for Wood River. Finally does, and a man is knocked down over there. That's Mark Davis. Davis is run over by Drew Rogers of St. Cecilia, and Drew picks up the personal foul for the Hawks. That's going to be his first, team foul number 6 on St. Cecilia. Non-shooting situation, so Wood River will play it in, baseline right side, right underneath their own basket again, about the same spot as the last time. Josh Price, again, will look to key things in for Wood River. Finally does, right underneath the basket. The ball is going to be tipped away and picked up by Nate Duggins. Duggins has got the ball for St. Cecilia, feeds off to Vosick. His shot is up there, no good. Ball tapped out of bounds, foul called. And I think they're pointing at Drew Rogers again. Yeah, Rogers picks up another personal foul there for St. Cecilia. That's his second. Team foul number 7 on the Blue Hawks. So we're going to walk to the other end of the floor here for a 1-and-1 situation. Zach Egger will go to the free throw line here for Wood River. Now Ryan Esch comes back into the ball game for St. Cecilia, and Drew Rogers will take a seat. The shot from the free throw line is up there. It is no good from Egger, but the rebound comes down to Zach Mayhew. Mayhew's pass is going to be deflected, but it's picked up here by Josh Price. Keeps the ball alive for Wood River. Price down on the baseline. Sends it inside to Mayhew. His shot is no good. Mayhew blows the easy one. Here's the next shot taken by Mark Davis. That shot's blocked down, and the foul is called. Personal foul is going to be called on Brennan Kitten. That's going to be his second. The Hawks are becoming disgusted so far in this first half. You can just read it by the way they're playing this basketball game. Mark Davis going to the free throw line for Wood River. He's got 8 points already in the ball game, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Had 10 points in that ball game yesterday. Shot from the free throw line is good. And now Wood River has got the lead over Hastings St. Cecilia. It's 28-27. Here comes a second shot from Mark Davis as he takes his time with the line, throws it up there. That one is too strong. Rebound comes down to Scott Van Cura. Van Cura gets it to Ryan Esch into the forecourt now for St. Cecilia. Bounce pass to Nate Duggan, sends it inside to Kitten down on the baseline. Back out on the wing. Here's Ryan Esch, dribbles down the lane, puts it up there. Shot won't go. Kitten had a rebound, lost it to Van Cura, and his shot good. Scott Van Cura gets the field goal, 29-28. St. Cecilia now leading by 1 point. 5 seconds to play. Soto gets the ball to Mark Davis. He stops, and now he's going to be called for a traveling violation. Davis stopped and was going to take about a 7-footer from the right side of the basket. But his momentum carried him forward, and called for the traveling violation. Here's Ryan Esch from backcourt, takes the shot. It's no good. And that's the end of the first half of play. Not what we expected here tonight. In the boys' consolation game of the St. Cecilia Holiday Basketball Tournament, at halftime, it's Hastings St. Cecilia 29, Wood River 28. You're listening to high school basketball on 1230. 9-28 is the score. Wood River was beaten by Kearney Catholic only by 11 points. It's 61-50. They lost to St. Paul by 12, 59-47. They lost to Amherst this year by 14, 64-50. The other times have been pretty well blown out of ball games. 0-7 on the year, but they're in this one, 29-28. The Hawks leading the winless Eagles by a single point. Wood River with the opening possession of this second half, and we got a pushing off foul. Now we got a foul away from all the action. It's going to go on to Mark Davis of Wood River. That's going to be his third foul. So the opening possession, Davis picks up a personal foul, and that's his third. He would be a big loss if he's got to go to the bench for any time at all. Here's a shot from Bosick inside the lane. It's no good, and the rebound comes down to Mayhew. Zach Mayhew grabs the rebound there for Wood River, sends it to Davis, down to Emmanuel Soto. So just underway here in the second half. Emmanuel Soto has got the ball for Wood River. A bounce pass right side, tipped away from Davis, picked up by Soto, and then he drives the ball inside the lane, and the ball is lost out of his hands, out of bounds. And the Wood River folks giving the guys in the black and white striped shirts some guff here on the near sideline. Thought maybe it was punched out of his hands, but a turnover on Wood River. That's their 8th turnover of the ball game. Here's Bosick in the lane. His shot good. Brandon Bosick now with 6 points in the ball game, and St. Cecilia's opened up a 3-point lead. That matches their biggest lead of the ball game to this point at the 7-12 mark of this third quarter. Davis to Emmanuel Soto, picked up there by Andrew Small, sends it inside to Mayhew, puts it up there and scores. Zach Mayhew scores down on the low block for Wood River. 31-30, a 1-point lead for the Hawks. There comes Nate Duggins back for Hastings St. Cecilia. Man-to-man defense for Wood River. Joe Kreenert has got the ball at the elbow right side of the lane as he gets the start here in the second half. The Van Cura down to Small. We got a pushing foul inside. As another toot of the whistle, this one's going to go on the Blue Hawks. Joe Kreenert picks up the personal foul for St. Cecilia. A blocking foul away from all the action. Ejecta is going to go on to Brandon Bosick. Bosick picks up his second personal. That's the first team foul on St. Cecilia. Here in the second half, it'll be officially a turnover, and Wood River will come back the other way. Here's a shot taken by Jeff Hotters underneath the basket as he takes the ball to the hoop and scores. Hotters now is 6, and Wood River has got the lead, 32-31. Andrew Small drives the baseline. His shot is up there. It's no good, and he's going to be fouled in the play. Small has not scored so far in the ball game. He gets the start here in the second half. He did not start the ball game after missing last night's contest due to some family obligations in Texas, and now he has a chance to get into the scorebook here tonight with a free throw. His shot is up there. The shot good. Last personal foul, one on Soto. That's his second. Andrew Small averaging 16 points and 9 rebounds per game. That's his first point tonight. Second one is up there. It's good. So the Hawks reclaim the lead. St. Cecilia 33 and Wood River 32. 6:25 to play here in quarter number 3. Zach Egger with the ball, dribbles behind his back, takes it inside the lane, puts up a 10-footer. It rims off with her, no good. And the rebound to Nate Duggins. Outlet pass to the left sideline to Andrew Small. Small sends a pass inside to Bosick. His shot in the lane, no good. Rebounded by Eckert. His shot from point-blank range is no good. Now we got a jump ball and a rebound. Scott Van Cura tied up on the play by Jeff Hotters. The jump ball is called, and the arrow pointing in favor of St. Cecilia, so we'll stay right here. Jeff Hotters checking out of the ball game now. Got some subs coming in for Wood River. And here comes big Brennan Kitten back into the ball game for St. Cecilia, replacing Eckert. St. Cecilia plays it in underneath their own basket. Small gets it to Duggins. His pass is kicked out of bounds by Davis. And the Hawks will play it in again from the same spot. 6:04 to play. Third quarter, 33-32. Hawks with a 1-point lead. Small gets it into Nate Duggins. Back to Andrew Small. He tries to dump it off inside. The ball's tipped away. Trying to get it into the hands of Scott Van Keur. The ball tipped away. Here comes Wood River on the break now. Emmanuel Soto down on the baseline. Davis is shot no good. Ball is recovered there by Brennan Kitten of St. Cecilia. Now to Nate Duggins. Duggins races the ball across the 10-second line. Gives it off to Scott Van Keur. Now at the elbow. Here's Vosick. Shot good. Brandon Vosick now with 8 points in the ball game. It is 35-32. That matches the biggest lead of the ball game for Hastings St. Cecilia. Neither team has led by more than 3 points so far here in the ball game. Josh Price here at the three-point line gets it out to Emmanuel Soto. Right side of the wing to Zach Egger. Takes the ball down on the baseline. A shot by Mayhew is no good. Small had to rebound, and it's lost out of bounds. Small had it in his hands and lost it out of bounds, and Wood River will play it in. Drew Rogers into the ball game now for St. Cecilia. Duggins will sit out. Wood River plays it in underneath their own basket. Josh Price gets it to Zach Egger. Three-pointer good. The second three-pointer for Zach Egger, and we are tied at 35-35 with 5:12 to play here in the third quarter from the Chapman Gymnasium. Drew Rogers will go to Brandon Vosick. Vosick dribbles once, gets it over here to Brennan Kitten just inside the three-point circle. Down on the baseline to Andrew Small, to Kitten at the elbow. Not a Vosick, open for a 17-footer. His shot is no good. Rebound comes down to Van Keur, and a pushing foul is going to be called on BC. Scott Van Keur picks up the personal foul for St. Cecilia's first. Team foul number 2 on the Blue Hawks. Here in the second half, 4:53 to play, third quarter. 35-35. The Hawks 5-1. The Eagles 0-7. But they're battling here this afternoon in the consolation ball game of the St. Cecilia Holiday Basketball Tournament. Davis gets it down in the corner to Zach Egger. Cross-court pass comes to Price. They try to set it inside, and it's too far for Zach Mayhew. It goes tumbling off of his fingertips out of bounds. Turnover number 9 on Wood River. Here comes Ryan Esch into the ball game for Hastings St. Cecilia. Scott Van Keur will come to the bench. Andrew Small will trot the ball across the 10-second line as he works against Soto. Small will go over here on the right side to Ryan Esch. Now top of the key to Vosick. Vosick holding the ball. Now Andrew Small. Open at the three-point circle, but won't take this one. Here's Kitten at the elbow. Right side of the lane. Now to Ryan Esch. Esch takes the ball down on the baseline. Comes back out to Rogers off of a screen. Sends the ball across the lane. The ball tipped away. 2-3 players hit the deck and is recovered by Wood River. Emmanuel Soto down the right sideline to Davis. He drives against Esch, loses the ball out of bounds, and a traveling violation. Traveling violation is called on Davis, and he is slow in getting up there for Wood River as he fell down underneath the Eagles basket at the 4:04 mark. There comes Scott Van Keur back in. Brennan Kitten will come to the bench now for St. Cecilia, and Davis gets up under his own power as he comes to the bench for head coach Jeff Messersmith. He got a little bit of a limp, and we'll have to check that out. Davis has been a big-time player here in this ball game. He scored 9 points, but I'll tell you what, he's been a load on the board so far this afternoon for the Eagles. We're tied up at 35 points apiece, under 4 minutes to play. Andrew Small drives, puts it up there, shot good. Andrew Small scores for St. Cecilia. He's got 4. 37-35, Hawks lead by 2. Emmanuel Soto comes back quickly. Shot from 10, good. Emmanuel Soto had nothing but a shot on his mind there. Took the ball right down the floor and threw it up there and scores. He's got 10. We're tied up at 37. Small at the free throw line. Now to Ryan Esch. Backs up beyond the three-point circle. Throws it up there. His shot no good. Rebound Small. Right side. 10-footer. No good. Ball tipped out. Rogers has got it. Down to Small. Top of the key. Drives down the right side of the lane. And the foul is going to be called on Emmanuel Soto. Soto picks up the personal foul for Wood River, so now he's got 3 fouls. Mark Davis has got 3 for the Eagles. Here comes Josh Sojak into the ball game now for St. Cecilia. Ryan Esch will come to the bench. As team foul number 3 on the Eagles, a non-shooting situation, so St. Cecilia will play it in. Josh Sojak will get the ball to Brandon Vosick, top of the key, drives it down the left side of the lane, gets it back out to Small. His three-pointer good. Andrew Small starting to warm up. He's got 7 points all here in the third quarter. 40-37, Hawks leading by 3 points. Here's Zach Egger. He pulls up top of the key. Open three-pointer. His shot no good. Wood River crashes the boards, and it's recovered by Scott Van Keur of St. Cecilia to Small. Now to Drew Rogers. His shot no good, but he's fouled. Zach Egger picks up the personal foul. I'll give him some extracurricular activity there after the play as Egger picks up the personal foul for Wood River. 2:51 to play here in the third. It's 40-37. St. Cecilia has got a three-point lead. And Drew Rogers to the free throw line for the Hawks. He puts it up there. The shot is good. It's now 41-37. This is the biggest lead for either team in the ball game, and it comes at the 2:51 mark of the third quarter. The second one is up there. It is no good, and let's see. We've got someone in the lane too soon. We've got a personal foul. We've got a personal foul. Andrew Small picks up the foul there on the rebound. So it's 41-37. St. Cecilia leading by 4 points with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Zach Egger takes the ball down on the baseline to Price. He goes for the basket and scores. Josh Price scores. Give the assist to Egger. It's 41-39. Back quickly as Vosick. His shot is good, but we've got a personal foul before Vosick got the field goal to go down. The official coming over to make the call. It's going to go on. Oh, they're going to count the basket. Thank you, NBA. Josh Price gets the personal foul. That's his third. Brandon Vosick gets the field goal. They didn't put it up on the board, however. Here's Andrew Small from deep in the left corner. His shot is up there. It's no good. Rebounded inside by Scott Van Keur. His shot good. I thought the official signal to the basket was good, but it was not. So now it's a 43-39 score. At least that's what they have on the scoreboard here at the 2:15 mark. Here's Andrew Small. He gets the steal, but a foul is going to be called. Here on the near sideline. A personal foul here on the near sideline. It's going to go on Wood River. That's going to go on Zach Egger. That's his second. So 2:12 to play. 43-39 is the score. Hastings St. Cecilia leading by 4 points, and the Hawks will have a chance to add to the total right here as they will play it in backcourt. Wood River with 10 turnovers in the ball game, 9 for St. Cecilia. Here's Socek dribbling inside, puts it up there and scores. 45-39, a 6-point lead now for the Hawks under 2 minutes to play. Wood River needs a bucket right here to stay in the ball game. Emmanuel Soto out here beyond the three-point circle. Bounce pass right side to Zach Egger. Down top of the key to Josh Price. Gets it back to Soto. Lobs it inside. The ball poked away from Adam Anderson, and a foul is going to be called on the Hawks. It'll go on Vosick. That's going to be his third. Here comes Duggins back in there. Krienert's going to check back in for St. Cecilia. Mark Davis up off of the bench for Wood River. He's back in after being shaken up there a couple of minutes ago. And Zach Mayhew's also going to come in. 1:44 to play third quarter. St. Cecilia leading Wood River 45-39 here in the consolation game. They will play it into Zach Egger. Egger gets it over here to Mark Davis. Davis top of the key. Emmanuel Soto. His shot is up there from three. No good. Rebound is loose. Kreenert picks it up for Hastings St. Cecilia. He loses the ball now, and it's picked up by Zach Egger, the 10th turnover on St. Cecilia. Here's Emmanuel Soto. He will come to the wing to Zach Egger. Lobs it inside to Mayhew. His shot is up there. It won't go. Rebound to Davis. He lost it. Picked up by Kreenert of St. Cecilia. Kreenert, outlet pass comes to Socek. 1:15 to play here in the third quarter. Here's Hodgen. Works the ball to Nate Duggins behind his screen. Out to Hodgen. Takes the ball down into baseline. Circles underneath the basket. Dishes off to Kreenert. Shot good. Joe Kreenert scores for St. Cecilia. And now it's a 47-39 ball game in favor of the Hawks under a minute to play. Here's Zach Egger across the 10-second line. The ball is tipped away. It's taken away now by Josh Socek. Another turnover on Wood River. Socek gets the ball to Kreenert. Shot good. Hawks rattling off some points now here in the third quarter. They've opened up a 10-point lead, 49-39. Here comes Wood River back in the offensive scoring zone. Comes to the near side to Josh Price. Price picked up by Hodgen for St. Cecilia. Price will take it on the feed to Zach Egger. Down on the baseline now to Davis. Scores around to the basket. Won't put up a shot. Zach Egger now moves it to the left side of the circle to Daniel Roth. Lobs it inside. It's too far. Intercepted by Kreenert. Kreenert gets the ball to Hodgen. Down to Nate Duggins. Duggins will bring it across the timeline with 15 seconds to play third quarter. Duggins behind the screen. Takes it down the left side. His shot is up there. It's no good. Davis with a rebound for Wood River. Has it knocked out of his hands with 6 seconds to play, and a foul is going to be called on Duggins. Duggins picks up personal foul number 2. That's team foul number 5 on the Hawks. Non-shooting situation, so it'll be Wood River playing things in. They'll have to come to the length of the floor now with 6.8 seconds to play. The Hawks on a 14-4 run right now. 49-39. 10-point lead for Hastings St. Cecilia. Daniel Roth has the ball down the right sideline. They get it to Davis. He takes about a 30-footer. It's no good. Rebound Duggins, and that's the end of the third quarter of play here at the Chapman Gymnasium. 3 quarters in the books. Boys consolation game here on 1230 KHAS. The score, Wood River trailing St. Cecilia. It's the Blue Hawks 49 and the Eagles 39.
In the third quarter, it's Hastings 36, Omaha Skutt 32. Now back to Mike Will.
We're at the Chapman Gymnasium, the boys' consolation game of the St. Cecilia Holiday Basketball Tournament. Wood River with the opening possession, but the ball is taken away by Ryan Esch. He goes, shoots, and scores. Esch with a steal and the field goal, the 13th turnover. Now Esch steals the inbounds play away, gets it to Andrew Small, and his shot is good. 2 steals by Ryan Esch to start quarter number 4. Here's the inbounds pass again, nearly taken away, but Zach Egger gets it back and has it tipped away from behind by Andrew Small. 3 straight turnovers now in Wood River. Small comes back. Here's a shot off the baseline. His shot is up and in by Ryan Esch. The Hawks now out to a 55-39 lead here in the fourth quarter. Maybe the youth starting to show now as St. Cecilia tries to turn up the heat defensively. Here's Davis with the ball for Wood River. Has it knocked away again by Andrew Small. Gets it into the hands of Ryan Esch. He will drive down the lane. Puts it up there. Shot good. Ryan Esch scores for St. Cecilia, 57-39. The Hawks have opened up this quarter with 4 straight baskets, all on turnovers from Wood River. Davis takes the ball down the right sideline. And now we've got a timeout from head coach Jeff Messersmith here on the near sideline. Wood River calls the timeout. 6 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the ball game. The score now, St. Cecilia 57, Wood River 39. To turn it on now here in half number 2, and especially the fourth quarter. 57-39 is the score. The Hawks out on top. Here comes Wood River with the basketball. As they send it down on the baseline. That's Davis. He's double teamed. Gets the ball away to Josh Price. He gets away from Bosick. Again, takes the ball down on the baseline on the right side of the basket. Still can't put up a shot. Now to Egger, to Emmanuel Soto. Soto sends it back to Egger on the right wing. Free throw line extended. Dribbles once. Comes out here to Josh Price. Now to Soto. Lobs it inside too far for Davis. They throw it out of bounds. Turnover number 16 on Wood River. The Hawks have turned it over 10 times so far tonight. Here comes Jeff Harders back into the ball game now for Wood River, replacing Josh Price. 6.5 minutes to play here in the boys' consolation. We've got the girls' championship coming up next between the Hawkettes and Fillmore Central. Brennan Kitten right at the free throw line. Gets the ball to Brandon Bosick. Now to Andrew Small. Drives behind a screen from Bosick. Takes it in the lane. His shot no good. Rebound Emmanuel Soto for Wood River. Has it punched out of his hands out of bounds by Andrew Small. And it'll be Wood River basketball on the far sideline. Eagles will play it in. 6:12 to go here in quarter number 4. 57-39. Hawks have an 18-point lead. Anderson will inbound the ball now to Jeff Harders, and he'll bring it up against Brandon Bosick. Harders picks up his dribble and gets it to Emmanuel Soto. Across the 10-second line against Andrew Small, and now the Eagles will set up offensively. Here's Zach Egger. Moves it down the left side of the lane. He's double-teamed. Gets the ball away here to Jeff Harders. Harders on the dribble now to the top of the key. Goes to Emmanuel Soto. Soto playing beyond the three-point circle. Looks right. Drives left now. Nice feed down on the baseline. Adam Anderson grabs the ball. Shoots and scores. Anderson with 4 points in the ball game. 57-41. Hawks with a 16-point lead. Small will get the ball now to Eric Eckert. Eckert out to Ryan Esch. A shot from the elbow right side. Won't go. And the rebound to Zach Egger for Wood River. Long pass down the floor. It's going to be picked up there by Harders. His shot no good, but he's ducked on the play by Ryan Esch. Esch picks up the personal foul for St. Cecilia. That's going to be his second. Team foul number 5 or team foul number 6 on the Blue Hawks now. So the team fouls are tied up at 6 apiece, and going to the free throw line, Jeff Harders. He has got 6 points in the ball game here this afternoon and this evening. A couple of field goals, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. His shot is up there. It's no good. Harders had 2 points last night in their 81-35 loss to Fillmore Central. It's 57-41 here this afternoon. St. Cecilia out on top. Second shot is up there. It's good. So 57-42. Hawks have the advantage. Ryan S. with the ball for the Blue Hawks. Dribbles to the top of the key. Down to Andrew Small. Penetrates inside the arc. Gets it off to Eckert. Right side of the lane. He takes it down into baseline. Out here to Brandon Bosick. He dribbles and now drives for the hole and scores. Brandon Bosick has had a good tournament. Had 18 points last night. He's got 12 in this ball game against Wood River. It's 59-42. Again, a 17-point lead for St. Cecilia. Mark Davis gets it out to Emmanuel Soto on that right sideline. Soto hanging on to the ball. Now takes it down in the baseline against Ryan Esch. Feeds it inside to Mark Davis. Davis spins around and loses control of the ball. It's picked up by Brennan Kitten of St. Cecilia. To Andrew Small. Nice feed. Ryan Esch. His shot won't go. Rebound being tipped around. Who's got it? It'll be Wood River's basketball as Adam Anderson grabs the ball there for the Eagles. Anderson gets it to Jeff Harders. Harders now to Zach Egger, and he brings it across the timeline, and head coach Jeff Messersmith calls the TO. 4 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the ball game from the Chapman Gymnasium. We'll take a break with the score. St. Cecilia 59, Wood River 42. Basketball tournament after being beaten last night by Luke City 55-50. They've got the lead here 59-42 over Wood River. The Eagles have the ball following the timeout from head coach Jeff Messersmith. Here's Jeff Harders dribbling in the lane. Now dumps it off to Anderson. His shot is no good. Gets his own rebound, and he's fouling the play. Good job on the boards there by Adam Anderson. After missing his first shot, he stays after it. And now Anderson will go to the free throw line for Wood River. A personal foul is called on Joe Kreenert of St. Cecilia. That's going to be his first, team foul number 7 on the Blue Hawks. Now Anderson to the free throw line. He's got 4 points already this afternoon and a couple of field goals. Sets for his first free throw. It's up there and in. He had 2 points last night in their first round loss to Fillmore Central. He'll have one more shot here. Puts it up there. It's off of the back iron. No good. Rebound Scott Van Cura for Hastings St. Cecilia. Gets it to Socek. Long pass down the floor. Intercepted. Intercepted by Emmanuel Soto. Here's a feed to Egger. His shot good. Zach Egger now with 8 points in the ball game. It's 59-45. And now the Hawks want to call a timeout. St. Cecilia calls a timeout. 4:05 to play here in the ball game. We'll take a break with a score. St. Cecilia 59. Wood River 45. Coos of Hastings College will tip it off on New Year's Eve. Well, I'm in for you here on 1230 KHAS. Airtime 12:45 for the Lance Creech pregame show. 1 o'clock tip-off, Hastings College and UNO on New Year's Eve right here on 1230 KHAS. Boys consolation right now being won by St. Cecilia. They've got a 14-point lead over Wood River, 59-45. Hawks with the ball. Socek will get it here to the near sideline to Van Cura. Van Cura now at the elbow, right side of the circle to Kreenert. Gets it out to Jeff Hodgen, who's into the ball game now to Jeff Bosick on the baseline. His shot is no good. Rebound comes down to Adam Anderson for Wood River. Anderson to Zach Egger. Long pass down the floor to Jeff Harders. Catches up with that one before it goes out of bounds and flips it back to Zach Egger. Now they set up the offense. Soto on that right sideline. Emmanuel Soto drives, loses control of the ball. And we've got a personal foul called on Jeff Hodgen. Hodgen picks up the personal foul for St. Cecilia. That's going to be his first. That is team foul number 8 on the Blue Hawks. So this will be a 1-and-1 situation. But again, Scott Rosno wants to call a timeout. St. Cecilia calls the time. 26 seconds to play here in the ball game. It's 59-45. St. Cecilia leading by 14 points. Emmanuel Soto to the free throw line here for Wood River. His shot is up there. It is no good. Battle for the rebound. It goes to the far sideline. It goes out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Joe Kreenert to St. Cecilia, so Wood River maintains control. Eagles will play it in off of the far sideline, trailing by 14 points here in the boys' consolation game. They get it into Soto, wide open at the top of the key. A shot good. Emmanuel Soto comes off of a screen and hits the tray from the top of the circle. He's now got 13. It's now 59-48 with 3:12 to play as the Eagles keep the pressure on. There's Jeff Hodgen down the right sideline to get it into the offensive scoring zone. There's a Socek with the ball, and now we got a foul called. So the Hawks have reinserted some of their frontline players here with about 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. It's 59-48. The Eagles are back to within 11 points. Andrew Small has got the ball out here beyond the three-point circle. Gets it to Nate Duggins. Duggins picked up there by Zach Egger. Dribbles once, and now he's in trouble again. Duggins down in the corner to Ryan Esch for the Blue Hawks. There's a jump pass back out on top to Andrew Small, and now the Hawks may elect to run some time. They've got a lot of ball handlers out there right now. Andrew Small goes off to Scott Van Keur, gets it back into the hands of Andrew Small. We're down to 2.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Here's a steal by Zach Egger. His pass is tipped and is picked up by Davis. A turnover on St. Cecilia. That's the 12th to the ball game. Emmanuel Soto down in the corner. Jeff Harder's three-pointer. That one is up there, no good. Small gets the rebound. Outlet pass will come to Brandon Vosick. Vosick dumps it off in the lane. The ball's going to be intercepted by Emmanuel Soto. Another turnover on the Blue Hawks. Soto gets the ball to the right sideline to Jeff Harder's. Back to Emmanuel Soto. Across the 10-second line, Davis from the left corner. His shot from three is no good. Rebound in the lane by Nate Duggins. Duggins gets it to Andrew Small, and he walks the ball up here for St. Cecilia. 1:54 to play in the fourth quarter. It's an 11-point lead for the Blue Hawks. Duggins at the top of the key. Turns around, gets it to Andrew Small. Now on the left sideline to Ryan Esch for St. Cecilia. Dribbles out near the 10-second line. Here's Vosick on the wing, left side. Drives down the lane. His shot is up there, no good. Rebound Van Keur. His shot no good, but a foul on the rebound. A personal foul will go on Wood River's Jeff Harders. That's going to be his first team foul, number 7 on the Eagles. And Scott Van Keur goes to the free throw line here for Hastings St. Cecilia. Scott Van Keur to the line. He was a 75% foul shooter last night, as he is tonight. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He's got 7 points in the ball game. Shot is up there. It is no good. Rebound comes down to Davis. A long pass down the floor. Goes to Emmanuel Soto. And is blocked out of his hands, out of bounds by Nathan Duggins. Soto taking some time there to get that shot away. Didn't see any white shirts around. And Duggins comes out of nowhere and blocks that one out of his hands, out of bounds. Wood River plays it in with 90 seconds to play. They get it to Zach Mayhew. Mayhew on a low block gets it back out to Emmanuel Soto. His shot is partially deflected, and the ball is brought down there by Scott Van Keur of St. Cecilia, and a foul is going to be called. A personal foul called on the rebound. And we'll walk to the other end of the floor here for a 1-and-1 situation. That's team foul number, 9 on Wood River. It'll go on Davis. That's going to be his 4th. And now Van Keur back to the free throw line. Adam Anderson checks back in there for Wood River, replacing Zach Mayhew. 1:24 to play, 59-48. St. Cecilia leading by 11. Van Keur to the free throw line. His shot is up there. It's good. Scott Van Keur now with 8 points in the ball game. A girls championship ball game coming up. St. Cecilia and Fillmore Central. All the action here on 1230 KHAS. Second shot is up there. It's no good from Van Keur. And the rebound comes down to Davis for Wood River. Into the forward court now, down at the baseline. They get it to Josh Price, and he's going to be fouled in the play. Now Price will go to the free throw line for the Eagles. He was fouled in the play by Nathan Duggins of St. Cecilia. That's going to be his 3rd. 1:17 to play in the ball game at 60-48. St. Cecilia leading by 12. Here's Josh Socek back into the ball game for St. Cecilia, replacing Duggins. Josh Price to the free throw line for Wood River. He's got 2 field goals and 4 points in the ball game here this afternoon. His first free throw is up there and in. Price had 6 points yesterday in their opening round loss to Fillmore Central. Has a chance to match that right here. He's got the basketball, puts it up there, shot is good. It's now 60-50. 1:14 to play. Now Wood River applying some pressure in backcourt. Andrew Small across the timeline. He's trapped, gets the ball away to Vosick. He drives the baseline, puts it up there and scores. Andrew Small gets the assist. Brandon Vosick gets the field goal. He's now got 14. Hawks lead by 12 points. Wood River with a basketball. Here's Zach Egger. Gets it to Emmanuel Soto on the baseline. His shot is up there, no good. Rebound Scott Van Keur, and we got a personal foul called on Adam Anderson. Anderson is called for climbing the back of Van Keur. And now Scott will go to the free throw line here for St. Cecilia. 62-50 is the score. 12-point lead for the Hawks. 28, and then St. Cecilia outscores Wood River 20-11 in quarter number 3. To open things up. Shot from the free throw line by Van Keur is no good. Rebound Wood River. Here's Soto back in the offensive end. His shot is up there. The shot is good. Emmanuel Soto had a good ball game. He's got 15, and now Jeff Messersmith calls the timeout. 44 seconds to play in the ball game. Will take us to play in the ball game 62-52. Hawks have a 10-point advantage over Wood River. St. Cecilia will play it in. Wood River will press all over the place. They get it to the far sideline to Ryan Esch. Comes near side down to Josh Socek. Brings it across the 10-second line. Bounce pass will come out to Vasic. Now to Small. Ryan Esch deep in the left corner. Now the Hawks will spread the floor here with 30 seconds to play. Here's Josh Socek at the free throw line to Esch to Small. Now to Socek. Back out to Andrew Small. Near the 10-second line, the Socek dribbles, tries to penetrate, gets it off to Brandon Vasic, and a foul is going to be called. A personal foul going to be called on Adam Anderson. As St. Cecilia was successful in running some time off the clock. We're down to 17 seconds to play, and Brandon Vasic goes to the free throw line here for St. Cecilia. Boy, he has had a good tournament. 18 points last night, 14 points already tonight. He's 0 of 2 from the stripe, and he'll have 2 shots here. That was the 10th team foul on the Wood River Eagles. So a couple of shots here for Brandon Vasic. His shot is good. The girls' championship coming up. Hastings St. Cecilia and Fillmore Central will have the action here on 1230 KHAS. Here comes the second shot by Vasic. That one is good. 64-52. The Hawks again leading by 12 points here in the ball game. Wood River with the ball. We approach the 15-second mark. Here's Zach Egger. Will go off on the right side to Mark Davis. He goes for the hole, and an offensive charging foul going to be called on Davis as he runs over Jeff Hodgson for the Blue Hawks. And that's going to be the 5th foul on Mark Davis. He fouls out with 8 seconds to play in the ball game. Mark Davis leads with 9 points. St. Cecilia leading by 12 points. Andrew Small with the ball in backcourt to Hodgson. Gets it to Socek on that left sideline. Takes it down on the baseline to Brandon Vasic, and that's going to be the ball game. Hastings St. Cecilia will win this one here tonight. Wood River played a pretty good basketball game. This is the 3rd time we've seen them this year, and by far this is the best effort they have put out there. They were in the ball game for about 2.5 quarters, and they eventually fall to Hastings St. Cecilia by 12 points. The final in this one, St. Cecilia 64, Wood River 52. Back to recap.